You've got this killer idea for an AI project, right? But you know what? The tech is often the easy part. The real challenge is convincing the folks with a checkbook to say yes. So how do you actually build a business case for AI that gets that big green light? Let's dive in.
Okay, let's cut right to the chase. This is the only question that really matters. It's not about how cool the technology is, it's about whether it's going to make the business money or be a money pit. You can bet that's the first thing on your boss's mind. Ah, yes, you can just hear it, can't you? The voice of the skeptical finance director in the back of the room. We've all been there. You're fired up about a new idea, and then you get hit with that one simple, project-killing question.
Yeah, that single question can stop an incredible innovation dead in its tracks. But don't you worry. In this explainer, we're going to arm you with a framework to answer it with complete and total confidence.
Now, to answer that question properly, we have to think way bigger than just a simple return on investment or ROI. For AI projects, ROI is just, well, it's too limited. It only counts the most obvious dollars and cents. The true value is so much broader.
So here's the key idea. We need to use a concept called the total value of AI, or TVAI for short. Think of this as your secret weapon. It's a framework that lets you show the entire picture, not just the immediate cash, but all the long-term strategic wins, too.
Let's break that down a bit. On one side, you've got your tangible benefits. This is the easy stuff, right? More sales, lower costs, things you can stick in a spreadsheet. But on the other side, you have the intangible benefits. Now, these are harder to measure, but wow, are they important. We're talking about things like better customer loyalty or happier, more productive employees. You can't put an exact price tag on that, but it is absolutely critical for success. A great business case needs both. All right, we've talked about value. Now let's flip the coin and talk about cost. Because honestly, this is where most people get it dangerously wrong. They only ever see the tip of the iceberg.
Everyone focuses on that one big, visible number, the cost to actually build and train the AI model in the first place. It feels like the main event.
Let's just say, for example, it's $100,000. The budget gets approved, everyone high-fives, and they think the hard part is over. But it's really, really not.
And here's the thing. The biggest, scariest costs are the ones you don't see at first. They are lurking right there, just below the surface, waiting to cause problems.
And this illustrates it perfectly. That visible training cost is just the beginning. The massive hidden part of that iceberg is made of two things. Inference costs, that's the cost every single time someone uses the AI, and the ongoing maintenance and retraining you need to keep the model from getting dumber over time. These recurring costs can absolutely sink a project if you don't plan for them.
So how do you plan for it? Well, here is probably the single most important financial rule for any AI project. You need to budget 10 to 20% of the original development cost every single year just for maintenance. So if your model cost $100,000 to build, you better have up to $20,000 in the budget each year just to keep it running.
Here's a super simple way to think about it. That upfront training cost, it's like paying for university tuition. A big, one-time investment to make something smart. But those inference costs, that's like paying that person's monthly salary. It's a recurring expense for as long as they work for you. You have to budget for both, period.
Okay, let's get to our final piece of the puzzle. Knowing all this, how do you actually build a credible pitch? Here's the key. AI has risks. It's uncertain. So if you present a single perfect number for ROI, it doesn't just look unrealistic, it kind of makes you look like you don't know what you're doing.
The professional way to handle this is with what's called a value sensitivity analysis. Instead of giving one prediction, like you have a crystal ball, you present a range of possibilities. This immediately shows that you've thought through the risks and you're not just selling a pipe dream.
You should always present 3 scenarios. Your best case, where everything goes absolutely perfectly. Your base case, which is your most realistic, honest prediction. And then the worst case, where user adoption is low and your costs are high. This shows foresight, and believe me, it builds a ton of trust with leadership.
So how can you put all this into practice, like right away? We've boiled it all down into a simple checklist you can use first thing tomorrow morning.
Just look at any technology proposal on your desk and ask these 2 questions. First, does the budget account for that crucial 20% annual maintenance fee? And second, have we gone beyond simple ROI to actually list out the strategic, intangible benefits? If the answer to either of those is no, well, now you know exactly how to fix it.
And really, that's the ultimate takeaway here. A weak business case only shows the tip of the iceberg. A powerful, fundable, and realistic one shows the whole thing.
so make sure yours does. Thanks for joining this explainer.